Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Israel. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Max.
You know, Max, one of the reasons why I absolutely love living here in Tel Aviv is because of the thriving nightlife. You know?
Yeah, there's always more to do than time to go out and do it.
So what do you say we go out tonight?
That sounds like fun. What do you got in mind?
Well, I was thinking we could go to a pop-up art gallery, which is sponsored by Tubi 60.
Well, now you're talking.
Alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, I remember watching you take a shot or two in the Haifa episode there.
All right, well, let's get going. Israel's favorite drink, Tubi 60, and 4 Florentine Gallery have partnered up for a festive week of art, cocktails, music, and fun. The opening and closing night are extra festive as they have an open Tubi bar with leading mixologists and a DJ playing deep jazz house tunes.
This is actually the second time that we do such an event. We had the first time in November 2016 and it was super successful. We had so much fun and the artists were enjoying it.
Tubi 60 was developed and produced in Israel as it is recognized as Israel's national drink and is now making its first steps to the US.
So Tubi got to the States in January. Our launch market was Austin, Texas, which there's not a lot of Tubi fans there, but it's been really interesting to see how people who don't have a connection to Israel or maybe haven't been here before react to a product as unique and exciting as Tubi.
The popular drink also reached the New York market, which is where most of the Tubi excitement has generated from.
So we want to hear about the Tubi story, how it started, where it started.
Well, I would say that the initial idea that drove everything was the will to create a super drink, something that wasn't available on the shelves. We wanted to have a drink that is made from the top high-end quality and all natural ingredients that will have a smooth tasting flavor and you would enjoy drinking it.
Hilal and his brother Yanai had a vision to create an herbal spirit that will take the Tel Aviv party scene by storm.
Did you think you would get this popular?
Well, listen, we knew that there is something different happening, that we succeeded to touch people.
Well, the buzz can definitely be heard not only across the country but worldwide and even reached some familiar faces.
Just leave him alone, 'cause the boy's bad news. I want to know what it was so I can get to him.
Oh, Tubi.
Tubi, wow.
I gotta say, Tubi has some pretty interesting and unique herbal, fresh
Sure,
flavors to
it
it.
does.
So, what do you say we raise a glass?
Of course. Let's
Cheers.
cheers.
This drink is that it complements every other juice, soda, anything you
Sure, you can.
combine it with.
It's one of the few that you can drink exactly like with tonic, which is bitter, and soda for the ones who want it neutral, and super fruity mango and pineapple juice, and even lychee juice and all kind of stuff that you wouldn't usually drink with alcohol.
The exhibit showcased unique works of art by talented Israeli artists from all around the country.
השנה ההיענות הייתה מאוד מאוד גדולה, כי באמת אנשים כבר מכירים את הקונספט של טובי ושל התערוכות, וטובי באמת נותנים במה להרבה אמנים ישראלים להציג את העבודות שלהם, ומזמינים עליה אנשים, שיהיה לזה גם קהל גדול. זה המקום של טובי באמת להחזיר לקהילה גם.
Here we are by just one of the many works of art that are surrounding us. אז מה אנחנו רואים פה?
זה פסל של אמנית פופ-ארט שקוראים לה ליאורה קנטרביץ'. היא עשתה מספר פסלים בתערוכה. יש מאחורינו עוד פסלים. היא באמת יוצרת דמויות מעולם הפופ. יש קצת רמיזות לעולמות אחרים כמו שאתם רואים.
So, what's your name?
Elodie.
Elodie, and you're from France, I think?
French, אני מצרפת.
Okay, I could tell by your accent. And what do you think about this event happening now?
Actually, I'm very proud of my friend Hilal because he organized everything for the second time. And this is a really nice place to discover new art pieces. So yeah, this is nice. The DJ is really good. This is the second time I'm there, so I like it.
Do you come to Tel Aviv a lot? What do you think about the nightlife here?
I'm not like that nightlife, but I really like the energy, and this is Tel Aviv is like all the people, there is a lot of colors, a lot of contrast. This is what I really love in this city.
and tell us, and be honest, do you love Tubi 60? What do you think about the drink?
Okay, the first time I discovered Tubi 60, I went to the hotel just after, so imagine, I really love it. I have a love story with Tubi 60, and last year I met Hilal at the place where they are doing it, and he explained me so many things, and that was so gorgeous, and now I'm more and more in love with it, and I'm making discovery to my friends, so that's nice, I love it.
Yeah, it's an amazing drink, and now it's going global, so that's good news for everybody out there. Max, you lived in Southern America for a significant amount of time, am I right?
I did spend a little time down in Texas.
And I know you always talk to me about the food, the Southern comforts.
Yeah, you know,
that you enjoy
anywhere
so
you
much.
go live in the world, I feel like you're going to find some foods you like that you're going to miss when you go somewhere else. It's just part of life.
Right, so I have a surprise for you, and you're gonna love me. We're going to a place called Restaurant America, where they serve all these delicious, you know, American-style cuisine.
You caught my interest. I think we should go check this place out without any further delay.
Let's go. There's no longer a need to travel beyond the borders of Israel to get good old-fashioned American-style cooking. Today we came to Restaurant America in our favorite culinary capital of Tel Aviv. The restaurant is spread out over 1,200 meters of outdoor gardens. It includes a bar, a food truck, and 2 different kitchens.
First of all, it's American soul food, which is influenced from a lot of different parts of America. New Orleans, we have a lot of influence from the southern part of America. And then we have, on top of that, the Mexican kitchen, which is called Gringo's Tacos, which gives us like a classic Mexican food.
So how did a New Zealander/Israeli open up an all-American restaurant?
I traveled after the army to kind of a road trip in America, and I really fell in love with the culture and the food and everything.
So whether you are an American by birth or just a foodie craving American cuisine like Uri, you're sure to enjoy this food joint. What's an all-American style restaurant without a well-equipped bar? So Uri, what do you have for us today?
We've got a special cocktail on the menu, which is called Stifler's Mom. It's classic American pie. Everyone knows who she is.
Wow, I'm
There it
loving
is.
this mason jar that it comes in.
Exactly, classic.
The restaurant also features an indoor bar where they play live music until the wee hours of the night. It was then time to sit down and enjoy some lunch.
So what would you like from the menu?
Okay, that's a good question. I was waiting for you to ask that. Let's check it out. Fat Man Pickles is on the menu. The New Yorker. I'm from New York, so I'll probably enjoy that.
Yeah, they're both.
America Original Fries, Krabby Patty. You know what? Why don't you? I'll leave this up to you. Surprisingly.
Sweet, I got it.
I'll be waiting here.
I got it for you.
This food looks phenomenal. And don't get me wrong, I love Israeli cuisine. I love the falafel, the shakshuka, the shawarma. But every now and then we get a crave for this American, good old Southern comfort food, right?
Sure, yeah, definitely.
So where could I start? Tell us what we have here on the
So
table.
it's kind of a mix of things, different categories in the menu. So first of all, we have the New Yorker, which is kind of a salad. It's kale, it's really good. Probably less interesting for you at the moment. So this is the street bird waffles, that's how we call them. It's just fried chicken, fried buttermilk chicken on waffles with maple syrup. It's fried pickles and breadcrumbs. I mean, it's either you either love it or hate it. And we have sliders, which probably the first people to bring out to Israel. Sliders is a small hamburger, and started off in White Castle back in the day.
And the last one.
The last one's a hot and messy dog. It's just a hot dog which is filled with cheese inside, Emmental cheese.
Something tells me
People
I'm
love
going to need a lot of napkins. for
Yeah, I'll
this.
give you as many as you need.
All right, thanks so much. Let's dig in.
Again, definitely.
Max, you lived in the South for a good amount of time. Is this authentic Southern style food for you? So for the real American dream, look no further than Restaurant America to satisfy your cravings.
Have you ever noticed how it seems sometimes like the more south you get in Tel Aviv, the more graffiti you see?
Yeah, that's definitely true. But it's not just graffiti, it's artsy.
Oh, right. Yeah, now I remember the street art tour.
Yeah,
the guy who took
remember
us around
him?
to see the graffiti.
He was super interesting and knowledgeable and taught us a lot about areas in Tel Aviv that I haven't really explored. So, what do you say we play that clip?
Cool. Let's check it out.
It turns out art is not only kept on the inside of museums anymore, but it has been brought out on the streets of Tel Aviv. On every corner you can catch fascinating work of art. The street art draws in art lovers from all around and gives you a sense of the vibrancy and creativity of the city.
Many people see it as street art or graffiti. I see it as layers of urban reality. So we can talk about words here, we can talk about images, we can talk about who wrote what, why.
Florentine in South Tel Aviv has a very different vibe than the rest of the city. You can find many different cultures, from Greek and Turkish residents to Eritrean refugees. The neighborhood's narrow streets has it all. So, for the more trendy spots in Tel Aviv, we're gonna have to go a little more down south, where the hipsters and the artists and all the designers call this place home. So, Guy, you're gonna take us on a tour in Florentine. Why don't you tell us what we're gonna see today?
I don't have a clue.
What do you mean you don't have a clue?
Well, the walls keep changing and we have to improvise. I have a general idea,
Okay.
but let's be surprised by the walls.
All right, I'm with you.
It's just behind you, you know. So basically you can see here an array of stuff. Street art, text, stencil, someone wrote a poem, cats. It's not done by the same artist, so
Right.
every day it's a bit different. Then you have Homer Simpson here, sitting on a sofa. And then 269, which is vegan activist.
So why don't you tell us about each picture over here? I'm sure each one is its own message.
Right, so some of the things, for example, like En Shum Sikui, there's no chance. I don't know who wrote it and why. It's an open question to us. But this one, boys just want to have fun with this stencil of this guy. For 2 years, I didn't know what was this story. Until one day someone stopped me in the street and said, my friend made it after this guy cheated on her.
Oh.
And she took his photo, made a stencil, wrote, boys just want to have fun, and made it on all the walls in the neighborhood.
Wow, that
So
is
how do I find out about these stories? Word of mouth, talking to people, talking to strangers, being a bit of a street rat. For example, these cats, made by Yael, I don't know anything about it. They come in different shapes and colors, and they just appeared one day in our neighborhood. Maybe one day I'll find out. Until now, I wasn't able to. Then the text, אי אפשר להרוג אותי כל יום, you cannot kill me every day, by Just. It's a woman that writes stuff on the wall, sometimes quite disturbing text.
Guy utilizes these texts on the wall to teach Hebrew on the streets. Through his special teaching method, tourists can be enthralled by the street art, all while learning another language.
Even if you don't read Hebrew, I teach you one letter. This is a letter called Shin. Then you fly home with one letter in your pocket. You might have an appetite to start learning Hebrew and get interested in what's happening.
So you basically never know what you're going to see, what you're going to get here on the streets of Florentine. There's always going to be a new symbol, a new picture, a new hidden message that we're going to find out.
Exactly, and also I cannot get too attached because this might not be here tomorrow. So I might love it and like, you have to see it and it's not here. So I have to accept the fact that we're going to look at what we have right now on the walls.
All right, well, let's continue.
Let's go.
Well, of course, everyone knows who this character is from the classic TV series, The Simpsons.
Yeah, so Mr. Burns here is saying excellent. You can see the text.
Yeah,
So already,
catchphrase.
already interesting because we have text here in English. We're in Israel. Is it in Hebrew? Is it in English? These decisions are really interesting. But I want to show you something interesting. If you look here, you can see a little creature. And feel free to touch the art because we are not in a museum. Nobody will tell you off. And this is another piece by another artist called Imaginary Duck. That's her name. It's a woman. She places ducks and other figures in the public sphere. And you can see that Shomrat, the girls that love The Simpsons and made Mr. Burns, went around it and kind of respected the place, respected the earlier piece. Do you see these perler beads? Do you see anything here?
Not really.
Yeah,
What is
it's a tough one, so not everybody can see it. There's a guy, that's his head. And
Laying
he's,
down?
he's sitting on a unicycle.
Oh, okay.
That's the unicycle, and that's the seat in blue. And this was made by Mr. Leaf, L-E-A-F, Leaf, because his name is Aleh in Hebrew, which is a tree leaf. And he takes these small pearl beads and creates small figures.
So it's all these little small intricate details that you have to have the eye for.
And officially, I have to say, this is illegal. So officially, it's illegal but tolerated by the city.
Someone here really likes The Simpsons. I'm seeing characters all over the place.
Yeah. So I'd like to show you is just here on the right.
Ah, the same artist, right?
Exactly, same artist.
The more you wander the streets and observe the work of art, the more you will be able to recognize their work, whether it's from their signature or just by the repetition.
So if you look at this one here, it looks like a real curated art with the frame and the collage, the beads, the words, the stars. And it was made by Muriel, a Canadian girl from Montreal who's based in Israel. And she found these small frames in the trash bin and decided to give them new life. Gave them a bit of polish and color, and then she makes her collages inside. The funny thing is that her pieces survive much longer in the street, I think because of the frames. It can be 4, 5, sometimes 6 years that nobody damages it, which is a rarity.
Well, the interesting thing is that it's not only graffiti. People add their own materials and their own creativity to their masterpiece. How long do these works of art usually last?
We never know. For example, I didn't know that this one will be with us for 4 or 5 years. On the other hand, if it's not here tomorrow, I won't be shocked.
The graffiti is painted on walls, doors, benches, gates, and pretty much any area the artists can get their hands on.
I love this payphone. They're taking the ordinary things in the city and bringing some life and color to it.
Exactly. So actually, the whole thing here, and the public phone as well, was made by Zeev Engelmeyer and Oren Fischer, one famous artist and one local artist from the neighborhood that made all this piece together one Friday afternoon.
Cool. So what are we going to see next?
I feel like going this way.
Okay, I'm coming with you.
I think you're gonna like this one. So it says here,
Pinat Litouf.
Pinat Litouf, petting corner, and it says play attention to corners. And the idea, I actually interviewed the artist on Facebook. I don't know her real name, I didn't ask. I think it's a woman. She says nobody talks about corners. People tell you turn right after the corner, it's the shop before the corner, but she wants to make art on the corner. And you can feel free to touch the texture. Here it's like Scotch-Brite, here it's like, you know, grass, and here it's like furry stuff.
So this is more of an interactive work of art, emphasizing the corners of a street.
So Natalie, here we have text that looks like Torah, kind of Torah font. It's a quote, but the ending is different. So the person who wrote it wrote Im eshkachech Yerushalayim, if I forget you, O Jerusalem. You expect the verse to continue, like in Psalms, which means I will forget my right arm, it's like my part of my body. But it says, Ze biglal Tel Aviv. So if I forget you, O Jerusalem, it's because of Tel Aviv. So Tel Aviv is so cool, I totally forgot about you, Jerusalem.
Ah, here's the corner again.
Exactly.
Pinat Litouf.
Pinat Litouf. Play attention to corners. So, wow, beautiful light.
Look what we have here. There's no ordinary alleyways in Tel Aviv. Wow. This is beautiful.
I call this place the Piazza because it's like a square.
So what exactly goes on here between these alleyways? Is it just an abandoned area for artists?
So no, during the daytime, this is a functioning area of workshops of carpenters, upholsterers, welders, etc. Once they go home, come the people that do art and street artists and people who write stuff.
Have you ever thought of contributing anything to these walls?
Actually, I really enjoy being just a fly on the wall and document, observe.
The city's colorful character attracted many artists and designers who created working spaces out of old and run-down buildings.
Natalie.
Yeah.
What was the name of that designer when we went to the tour and you tried on all the jewelry and they had the big earrings on and we were looking in the
Her name was Michal Negrin.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
She was a very interesting
interesting lady. She started out just on the streets of Tel Aviv, on the main street, selling some of her jewels, and now she became one of the most successful Israeli designers in Israel.
Crazy story.
Yeah. Should we play the clip?
It was fun watching you with all the stuff on, so let's check it out.
Okay. We're about to step into the world of the most successful Israeli jewelry artist around. Michal Negrin has definitely made her mark in the industry, and today we're going to see how she reached international fame. My inner child came out as soon as I walked into the shop that felt more like a museum of bedazzled jewels. Before going into the factory to learn about Michal Negrin's life and how she rose to international success, I decided to play dress up. How do I look? After enjoying a delicious coffee and cake, we started our tour by watching a short video on the successful artist's humble beginnings. Growing up on a kibbutz society, everyone is raised to be equal, so it was a bit of a challenge to branch out on her own. But she followed her dreams and opened up her very first store in Tel Aviv. And today, she has a bit more than just one store.
We have 70 branches all over the world. We have, which is including Israel, which we have 20 branches here in Israel.
Despite her global success, all the manufacturing is done only in one place, right here in the factory.
These girls over here are the only one that makes jewelry for Michal Negrin. We have 375 colors, combination of colors. Each one is different from the other. And when we receive an order, we can see it in our order, the name of the item, the identity code, and also the code Z. That means what is the number that the women requested to order is.
Now this could be an earring, a ring, or
everything. Yeah, the combination of the color can be in a bracelet, can be in a ring, everything that she wants. She can order the color that she likes, and the girls will make it for her.
Michal Negrin's empire started out with just a jewelry line, but then widely expanded to clothing, shoes, home decor, and other accessories. The clothing is all designed digitally. Let's see how the process is done.
The designer sits on the computer with Michal, decides about the color, everything, where it's going to be on the graphic on the dress or the shirt, everywhere.
The design is printed on very large pieces of paper and then pressed onto the fabric.
This is the new collection that we are making now. It's going to be out at March really soon.
So is this supposed to be
It's going to be a dress.
A dress? Yeah. Wow, it's beautiful. It's a very interesting way of making clothing. It is then taken to a room where the factory workers handcraft each piece of clothing and include the final touches. As we can see, everything here is handmade, and a Michal Negrin dress is not complete without Swarovski crystals. Michal Negrin's shops around the world are an exact replica of her living room, with each colorful pattern depicting a joyful fantasy world.
Michal is going there with her staff and architecture and design all of the shops. They start with 4 white walls. What you see here, the wall covering, the green wall covering, all the dolls, the chandeliers. Over there, the sofas, all the things that she used here, the plastic flowers.
The future of Michal Negrin's line incorporates new styles from Michal's daughter, Jasmine.
I love to take her designs and combine it with my style, which is more urban or more casual. I mean, I would wear jeans with like over-the-top blouse, but it would look great because it makes it look more like younger and everyday and affordable.
So with the help of her daughter's influence and the enduring legacy of her original products, Michal Negrin is sure to be an Israeli icon for years to come.
Well, that's it for us this week, folks. Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Cruising Israel.
And don't forget to catch us next time as we cruise the country and show you the best Israel has to offer.
Bye.
Bye.